Good evening, everybody. Let's try again. I feel like a principal in the school. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dewpoint. My name's Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at Dewpoint. And welcome to Dewpoint. Welcome to our head office. Tonight is an exciting format because tonight we're not doing our usual intro presentation. We're going to do something a little different. It's something that we do once a month. And we get to invite some of the wealth engineers up onto stage this evening so that you, our guests, our audience, can hear about their experiences firsthand. So we call tonight Tell All Tuesday, straight from the horse's mouth this evening. And I'm hoping that the experiences and the stories that you hear this evening might give you a little bit of motivation. They might answer a couple of questions for you, and you get something out of the stories. And they'll be up on YouTube tomorrow, so you're free to look at those testimonies tomorrow. So let's begin. Like I said, you're here at our head office. We're actually a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company. They were founded in 1952. They've been around for a very long time. That's their building in the background. They're based just down the road from us in Randburg. Their little orange logo, you might recognize that logo, you might not. They never actually deal with consumers typically. In the past, they've always dealt with other financial services businesses. The FSP number that we operate under is that one that you see over there. You'll notice in the foyer above the water cooler, we've got all these certificates up on the wall. Those are our FSP licenses. So we've got a long and short-term insurance license. We've got an investment license. We've got our FSP license up on display. We've also got our accreditation with the direct marketing and the direct selling associations. We take credibility very seriously here at Dewpoint. And at this stage of the presentation, it's very important that our audience, our guests, trust the business that we're going to be speaking about. So I'm hoping that this all lends to our credibility. We're actually part of another company called Conduit Capital, which is listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. The managers and the executives here at Dewpoint are the people you see up on the screen here. The photographer carefully planned this photo. He started from least good looking all the way to best looking. So you know at school you've got to stand in order of height. Here we're doing it in terms of attractiveness. You can see it's very clear. So the three characters on the far left here are all registered chartered accountants. Brendan Benfield is the senior executive. He leads this division. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance, because he's been involved in insurance all his life, since the day he was born. His father's a professor of insurance who taught at Wits for 25 years. Their family have started a number of financial service-based businesses around the world. Brendan and his brother Stuart followed in their father's footsteps. They founded a company down the road called PMD, or Prime Meridian Direct. Very successful short-term insurance business. We see their advertising constantly, so you'll probably be aware of them. Then we've got Tim Reynolds. Tim's actually a bit of an IT geek at the same time as being a corporate banker of sorts. He was with the First Rand Group for about 15 years, reported directly to the CEO and the board of executives there. I think he had a very cushy job. I'm not sure why he's come to join us here at this team, maybe for the challenge. But he heads up a lot of the regulatory, the auditing and the financial, the accounting aspects of our business. Stacey supports him in that role. Stacey's outside, so you'll see her here this evening too. She's got experience in auditing. She was with Deloitte for a number of years, locally as well as overseas, before she came back to South Africa and joined the team here at Dewpoint. And then the two best-looking people in the company, non-accountants, starting with Jane. Jane's actually on holiday. She comes back tomorrow. She's been visiting her mom and dad in York in the UK. She's from the UK. She brings a lot of international experience with her with regards to direct selling to this business, because even though we're an insurance company, our growth is predicated around network marketing or direct selling or whatever you want to term it. And Jane brings all of that experience to the team. And then myself, the best looking, the tallest person in the entire business. You're very lucky to have me giving the presentation this evening. You know the story's different when Brendan's giving the presentation. He flips it. So I've been working in marketing and advertising probably most of my career. I started a digital agency at a fairly young age. I think I was about 23. The internet was just booming in those days, the mid-90s, when a little modem on the table that used to make the funny noise. That was when I got into business. Like I said, started a digital agency, ran that for nearly 20 years before I exited that business and joined the team here at Dewpoint. And I might touch on why I left that business a little later in the presentation. And then I've got a little bit of extra news. I became a father to a second child this week. signed him up as a wealth engineer yesterday. Yeah. So this is my second little financial burden running around the house soon. So, this is a year ago. You can see I'm a little more tired at the moment. Okay, so that's a little bit of background around our business, around the company Dewpoint. Again, I hope that having introduced you to the team lends to our credibility again. Our mandate here as staff of Dewpoint is to support the people that join us in this partnership. We want to see you successful and effective in this business endeavor, because as a business, we can only be profitable and successful if our partners are being effective out there. And so everything that we do is to support you in this entrepreneurial opportunity that we're going to be discussing this evening. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of negative aspects in our lives. Unfortunately, we kind of address this not to scare anyone, but really to give us a very realistic perspective as to where we are as a country and what most of us are experiencing in life. We here on a Tuesday evening. I often ask everyone, why are you here at a business presentation on a Tuesday evening? Aren't there better things to do? And generally the answer is yes, there are better things to do, right? I know I'm very tall and handsome, but there are better things to do out there. I'm only kidding. But we're forced to look at this entrepreneurial opportunity because employment is not answering the issues that we have currently in South Africa. And South Africa is not unique. When we look at the economy, there's a lot of other countries also suffering from an economic point of view. But locally, the issues that we are facing is we've got high interest rate, we've got high inflation, food inflation sitting at 11%, which means food's doubling in price every 8 years at the moment. We've got massive unemployment. It went from 9 million unemployed to now 9.3 million unemployed. We're in a technical recession, and this plays out directly in our lives. With regards to the unemployment, you're more likely to get retrenched than promoted, and you probably didn't get your 7% increase every year for the last 7 years. And so your salary is actually devalued, if you look at it with regards to the cost of living. And most of us will find ourselves in this position. And that's why we're here on a Tuesday evening, because you're in hope of hearing something that will help you change your circumstance, right? So the economy can be frustrating because it's something we certainly have no control over. There's nothing any of us are going to do that's going to change the economy. And we have this growing gap that starts to form between what our salaries are and what the cost of living is. And this gap is getting bigger. We see it in the statistics that we get from the FSB. It's getting worse and worse for a lot more people. This gap is growing for all of us, right? And the problem is we try to bandage the gap with that 4-letter word that you see up on the screen. Can you see the 4-letter word? It's batting its eyelids back at you because it's in love with you, right? Debt. Debt. We try fill this gap with debt. But debt is crippling to us, right? It cripples you from a financial perspective, especially in the long term. And South Africans engage in a lot of debt, all kinds of debt. We look at home loans, car loans, personal loans, educational loans, engaging credit cards. I met someone who's got 14 credit cards. They maxed out every single one, right? And so we will engage in all these different debt instruments. Educational loans. You can buy anything on hire purchase. Cell phones, food, clothing. Doesn't matter what it is, furniture, right? And we often get criticized as a society by economists saying that South Africa just engages in too much debt. But that's because of the economy, mostly, right? There might be some other issues, but it's mostly because of the economy. Because when you're not getting your increase every year in line with what the cost of living's increasing at, what are you supposed to do? You run out of money, right? And so debt becomes an easy access to kind of bandage this gap that's created. But the problem is that it has very long-term effect. And I think we kind of, I don't want to say blissfully unaware, but we turn a blind eye to what is going to be facing us in the future. And that is called retirement, right? And this is something we all have to face sooner or later. Retirement and retrenchment are the same thing. The one you get a party with and the other one you don't get a party with, but both of them don't have a salary at the end of it. So the statistics that we get with regards to retirement also paint a fairly bleak picture. South Africans only start engaging on average with investments and savings products when they're around the age of 50, which is too late because that gives you about 10 years to put yourself in a position where you've created enough retirement savings to last you from 60 to 90, right? So here's some data that was actually published on the Fin24 website late last year. There's 3 columns up on the screen. Each column is headed with a figure. The figure is an income that you would derive if you had saved a certain amount of money. Okay, so if you're one of these people that start engaging in responsible retirement planning, and you're lucky enough to have a pension scheme at work, or you've saved your own retirement savings and you're in the position where you've now saved R1 million, the R1 million will pay you out just over 5,000 Rand a month for the next 30 years. Right? So if you retire at 60, this nice amount of money will pay you out 5,000 Rand until you're 90. The 5,000 Rand will actually eat into the capital amount. So that R1 million will run out by the time you get to 90. You can't live to 91. Right? You don't want to starve to death. It's rather just better to go natural causes before 90. So try time it if you can. But who can survive on 5,000 Rand a month? Anyone? No one. No one on a strict diet at home. Right? It's undignified. I was reading an article around nutrition in South Africa, and the lady that wrote the article said that for the average family of 4, minimum amount of money that you should be spending on groceries is 7,000 Rand a month, just on groceries. So no one's going to survive on 5,000 Rand a month, right? So my next question is, who in the audience is currently saving towards R1 million? And very few people put up their hands. And this is where the problem comes into it. We turn a blind eye to the reality that is facing us when we get to retirement. 90% of South Africans will get to retirement having to suddenly survive on half their income. 2% of South Africans get to retirement where they're financially independent. The rest of us, 98% of us, will get to retirement. We will become financially dependent on other people, on family members, on kids. We'll become a burden to our children. So that little son of mine, he's got a big surprise waiting for him. So I'm going to give him lots of love now so that he can support me later happily. Right? So this is the bleak picture that most South Africans face. Right? And I don't have to ask you individually. I know from a macro point of view, because of all the statistics that we get, that most of us are in the same boat. And so out of all of this negativity, as a business, we saw an opportunity to create a system that the average South African can engage with that will potentially change their circumstance. So the DewPoint system was born. We launched it last year in February, and we have 3 aspirations for our wealth engineers. Our first aspiration, our number one goal here, is to see the wealth engineer become debt-free. Debt-free. No one has even thought about becoming debt-free, right? Because we're all in this debt cycle. We're just trying to survive the end of the month. Because what happens at the end of the month? You get 1 SMS for the salary, cha-ching, and then what happens after that on your phone? Then you get another 20 cha-chings. The 20 cha-chings are the debit orders, right? And then you hope that there's money left over before the cha-chings finish. And we even get creative. We open up second bank accounts. Like, this is my salary bank account, and this is my debit order bank account, so I can control what's coming in and out. Right? Not good. Not a good position to be in. So our aspiration here for our wealth engineers is really to see you become debt-free. We want to see you get 2 cha-chings. 1 salary, 1 from DewPoint, and no debit orders. You're going to become one of those people that pay this kid's education 1 year up front. You know those parents that come in January? They pay the whole year up front for the kids. We want you to be that person. We want you to be the person that is a homeowner, not paying a bond. You own the car you drive. No debit order at the end of the month. We want you to be in this position. When you get yourself into this position, for the first time, you have the luxury now of looking at building an asset. And that is our second aspiration for our wealth engineers, that you start contributing into real investments, right? Not worrying about the end of the month. You've got money left over at the end of the month. You're now free to decide where to invest this money so that you are in a great position when you get to retirement. And our third aspiration is basically just to see everybody happier. That's why you're here this evening. You've taken the pain to come out to Bryanston to listen to this business presentation in hope that you'll change your circumstance and ultimately just be happier. And I promise you, if you become debt-free, you will be happier at the end of the month. Okay, so those are our 3 aspirations. How does this all work? Our guests have the opportunity to join this company called DewPoint. What actually happens is you contract with us, and when you contract with us, we call you wealth engineers. And as wealth engineers, we only expect one thing from you, and that is to go out and build what we call channels of distribution. And through these channels of distribution, which is really you just introducing people to us, we will attempt to place product with people through our online platform. And that's basically how this entire business works. The benefit for you is that you get to create an additional income stream. This is obvious. This is the only way you're going to start paying your debt off any faster, is with extra income. The nature of our income is one of recurring nature. This is great. This is why I left my business, because in my business, we couldn't create recurring income. I had to work every single month a certain amount of hours to produce income, right? And most of us like that. Whether you're a doctor or a lawyer, a plumber, an electrician, you're selling hours. You are limited by the amount of hours in the day. In this business, we want you to not have to be limited by the hours in the day. We want you to be able to start building an asset, this channel of distribution, that pays you out a recurring income going into the future. You could put effort into building this channel of distribution in August 2017. That'll still be paying you in August 2027. That's the beauty of this business. This is one of the best benefits out of this business. And it's something that's inherent to insurance companies. You get to harness the power of duplication. Again, this is leverage. We recognize that you are limited in terms of time. So we've allowed for leverage in this business. What's that? It's your ability to go out and build teams. So this channel of distribution that I speak of is actually you going out to build teams of people that will collaborate with you. And when you have multiple effective people collaborating with you, they will be investing time into building your asset. And when your asset grows in value, you'll get a greater recurring income, right? This business is flexi time. Now, this is a bit confusing because some people think, oh, well, that's a great benefit because I'm limited in terms of my time. I can do this business when I feel like it, when I've got some spare time. That's all wrong. You can join this business and become a wealth engineer very easily, but if you want to be effective in this business, if you want to be successful, at the end of this presentation, when you make a decision about whether you are interested in this opportunity or not, at the same time, you needed to have decided, how does DewPoint fit into your life? The successful wealth engineers in this business are the ones that contribute time into building this asset regularly. You have to schedule it in, whether it's your Monday, Tuesday evenings, or weekends, or your whole Saturday. It doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as you have come to terms with the amount of time that you have to contribute into this business. There's no startup capital. There's no registration fees. We don't sign you into 12-month contracts or 24-month contracts. There's no boxes of products that you have to buy to get started in this business. We make this business risk-free. There's no qualifications or experience required. You go speak to anyone involved in finance, they will tell you how onerous an industry it is because of all the regulation that you have to comply with, right? We actually contract you out of that obligation so you can enjoy the benefits of being in financial services without that obligation. So it becomes accessible to almost everybody. There's the ability to build an asset. Now, this is probably one of the most important benefits because what do we do in employment? In employment, we will spend 40, 45 years working for somebody else, building someone else's asset. We don't get to partake in the upside when we're in employment. Majority of us don't have shares in the company. We don't get a dividend check every quarter. We don't get a sudden increase in salary when the company does well that year, right? In this business, the time that you contribute into it gets contributed directly into an asset that you have legal ownership over. This channel of distribution belongs to you. You can sell it one day. You can give it to your kids. It can be ceded to your beneficiaries if something happens to you, right? There's no selling involved. Are you surprised or confused or happy about that? All three, I think. There's no selling. We actually contract you out of the obligation to sell. All you're going to be doing is telling people about the DewPoint opportunity. You're not going to be discussing our products. You're not going to be selling our products. You're going to be speaking about the most attractive commodity that exists in South Africa at the current moment, and that is the ability to create income. That's what you're going to be speaking about. The nature of our business and our products is financial in nature. Why is this a benefit? Because we don't have stock issues. We don't have distribution issues. We don't have boxes of products. If you brought your uncle's Bucky this evening, it's been a waste of time. You're not going home with any boxes. It doesn't take up space in your boot or your garage. We don't have expiry dates. The products don't start to smell when you forget about them in your storeroom. We take care of all the distribution, automatically. We have systems in place that do all of that for you. And so we make this business as convenient as possible to get involved with. But this is all predicated on your ability to go out and build these channels of distribution. Okay? So this is what it looks like. It begins with you. Picture yourself as the CEO of your channel of distribution. You're going to go out and you're going to look for people that are effective in assisting you, in collaborating with you. And when you go out and you find some people to join DewPoint, and we place a product with them, that is the beginning of your channel of distribution. Those people are going to go out and do exactly the same thing. They want the same thing as you do. They want to create income. They want to change their circumstance. So they go out and they find people, and so on and so forth. And you have this power of duplication that starts to take place in your business. I want to see wealth engineers one day with such a sustainable business that they can go on a holiday for 3 months, and DewPoint will pay them every single month while they're sitting on the beach. Can we do that in employment? I still dare the people that come to the presentation to speak to their bosses tomorrow and say they want 3 months leave. Paid. What will your boss say to you? It's like you're confused. What you want to do is resign. That's what you want to do. Then you can take as much leave as you want. All right? This is one of the upsides to entrepreneurship. Right? So we want you to build a business that looks like this. You only know the first 5 people. This is where power duplication comes into it, because you spent effort bringing 5 people in, but potentially your business can look like this. You're getting paid for every single dot on the screen, not once off, every single month, because it's recurring income. And next month, there'll be a few more people that join the business, and so your recurring income will increase. So this is what our channels of distribution look like. And on that note, we've got our first wealth engineer coming up, Umlu. There you go, sir. So Umlu, it says that you joined from Johannesburg, but you've driven up all the way from King Williamstown.
Yes, from
Oh, that's a long drive.
Yes.
Right? Doing it for business. So you can see Umlu joined at the end of November. By June, earning 3,500 Rand a month. July, which he's about to be paid for this month, earned an extra 400 Rand through our rewards program. And now through the month of August, and we're only halfway through August, the value of his channel is already sitting at 10,000 Rand. And we're not even finished with the month yet. So that number is going to be going up. Tell me, sir, tell us your story. When you first got exposed to this business, what was your experience? One day you had never heard about DewPoint ever, and the next, suddenly someone phoned you and told you about this company called DewPoint. Tell us how it all began.
Dumelan Sanmaran. Evening, guys. I joined the business November last year. But when I joined the business, I was so skeptical. I didn't believe to the concept. Reason being, the previous network that I was doing used to pay me 5 Rand, 12 Rand. So I didn't believe in this. I said, no, these people are bluffing. I said, they're just joking. There's no way that you can earn 55 Rand. I never believed in this business. Then I joined the business. I was paying the policy until I received a call from my friend, Mavum Zeka. He gave me a call. He said, Chief, Mpumi and Patrick, they'll be conducting a presentation in East London. Just go and check this business out. Then I said, hey, Mavum, I'm not interested in these things. Because this thing of recruiting people, I've done it, and I used to earn 5 Rand, 12 Rand. So there's no way that I can earn 55 Rand. Mavuma kept on saying, no, bruh, please, can you just go down to East London and listen to this business opportunity? Then I went to East London, and Mr. Patrick and Mpumi was presenting. And then I asked Mr. Patrick a lot of questions to say, tell me, Patrick, when you join this business, how much are you paying? Patrick said, no, there's no joining fee for you to be part of this business. A product is just an entrance for you to be part of the business, and then you'll get what they call a business code, and then you'll start recruiting clients. I said, hey, but I don't believe this thing. Then I went home. When I got home, I had a meeting with myself and say, Chief, you are not working and you don't have a job. But for me to understand this business, whether it's working or not, I must go and try this business. And then I started to recruit 3 clients. I remember one of the 3 clients was a friend of mine. He asked me when I invited him to the presentation, he asked me, how much are you earning, Blue? I said, my brother, I'm not earning. I'm not earning. What do you mean when you say how much I'm earning? He said, no, I'm going to join this business. He joined, they joined, 3 of them. And then I never do the business. I said, I'm going to wait. I want to see this business that is going to pay me or not. And then April, I saw the message in conduct, 165 rand. You was very excited, brother. I was jumping. I said, oh, this thing is working. Then I said, no, let me go and recruit more people. And then I started to recruit people. And people of Eastern Cape, sometimes they'll tell you, when you show them, they'll ask you, how much are you earning? I said, no, 165 rand. Some of the people that are working for government, they say, no, Chief, 165 rand is just a lunch for me, so I can't join this business of yours. Then I said, okay, these people, they don't know my potential. And then I kept on doing the business. Second commission came, was 715. I said, yeah, I'm going to carry on doing this business till now.
Yes. Okay, till now has been good because you started at 165 after months of skepticism, 3.5 by June, and it's probably going to be sitting at maybe 10, 12, 15, who knows what, by the end of August. What has that journey been like? Because you're earning big numbers now. The skepticism's out the window. What keeps you focused and committed in this business?
The reason why I'm focused, Rob, I want to earn triple my age.
Triple your age.
I want to earn triple my age. You know
Tell
why?
everyone how old you are.
You know why? You know why I want to earn triple my age?
Yeah.
You see, in this country, if you are earning less than your age, you are suffering, my brother. So this put you are suffering, my brother. This DuPont system. When I saw first time 55 rand, I said 55 rand, so I can earn triple my age if I can recruit more people. And I can tell you, to all the guys that are doing this business, the storm is coming. I'm going to do this business. Watch me. You must ask me next year how much I'll be making on this business.
So what does that number look like? Because you look about 25, what's it,
yes,
75,000 a month?
if I can earn 160,000. Because you know why I want to earn 160,000? I love nice cars. I don't want to drive entry-level cars. Polo, Vivo, Mazda 2. I don't want to drive those cars. I want to drive a car with the name and say name. Mercedes-Benz, AMG. Those are the cars that they've got name and Mercedes, say name. Porsche Cayenne, those are the cars that, yes. But if you're driving an entry-level car, Polo, Vivo, those are small cars. I want big cars.
Okay, you're in good company because Brendan and myself, we love cars. Already today, I sent Brendan a picture of a car that I want. So you're in good company. Okay. So you would appreciate that this business is not built off of your own efforts. Like I said earlier in the presentation, it requires collaboration, your ability to go out and find a team that is going to work with you. Now is your opportunity to give a message to your team, to your channel. I'm sure there are hundreds of them watching this evening, and your success has been predicated on their success. So tell them what you want to tell them.
First, I want to say a big shout to guys, to my team in King Williamstown, East London, Mtanzane, Statarem. You guys, you rock. And then lastly, I want to thank the guys here from Joburg. These are the men and women that they want to succeed in this business. And guys, I really appreciate you. I want to work with you guys. Let's work this business and work very hard so that we can be successful one day, so that we can say to our kids with the decision, as that we made to join this business will be successful.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what we want for you. Well done.
Thanks.
Thanks for your commitment. Luke. That was great. I love the honesty, right? All the skepticism in the beginning. That leads me on to my next slide. This is our disclaimer slide, where we address that skepticism, because a lot of us will arrive to a presentation where we've never heard of a company called DewPoint before, and we will be skeptical. That's natural, right? But we are not one of those companies. You'll hear a lot of people refer to, I was in one of those businesses. We hear get-rich-quick schemes, all these terms floating around. We're not one of those. We're a 70-year-old insurance company that's listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. We've created a system that's an authentic business opportunity for people to engage in, so that you are empowered to change your circumstances. We will never promise you success quickly in this business. We understand what it is like to start a business. Brendan and their family, they've started businesses that have failed, right? There's always risk involved in any business, but they've also had a lot of success. They've gone through all the mistakes that they've had to make. And starting a business, if anyone's ever tried it, you will appreciate how difficult it is to make it successful. Anyone can start a business. You can go to the registrar's office, fill out a form, pay a little admin fee, and then you can print business cards that say CEO on them and show your friends. That's how easy it is. But to be successful, completely different story. So in this business, I ask you to treat this business as an authentic business opportunity. It is difficult to be successful at it. I want you to have a long-term vision of where you want to be. For Mlu, 160,000 a month. That's a big goal, right? Set a big goal. If that's what motivates you and gets you out of bed and starts making you think about DewPoint before you think about anything else, that goal is working for you. Okay, so have a long-term vision. Don't have short-term expectation in this business, because you'll get frustrated, and if you don't have success in the beginning, it'll cause you to quit in this business, and I don't want to see wealth engineers quitting. Okay, so let's talk about the money. How do we pay our wealth engineers? There are two ways to earn as a DewPoint wealth engineer. The one is through the returns program. The second way is through the rewards program. So let's look at the returns program first. This is what we pay our wealth engineers based on the product that you have in your channel of distribution. So we pay a base return fee of 27 Rand 50 for every product that you have in your channel. This is dependent on where the product lies. So remember the first 5 people you introduced to DewPoint successfully? Those people lie on your first point. They're 1 point away from you. You know them personally. And on point 1, we actually pay you double the 27 Rand 50. Mlu was talking about 55 Rand. Not 5 Rand, not 12 Rand, 55 Rand for every product every single month going forward. This is recurring income. On the second point, exactly the same thing, 55 Rand again. On the third point, you see the multiplier drops to 100%, and then it starts dropping as the product gets further away from you. By point 8, it's sitting at 4%, but we don't limit you at point 8. You can grow your channel to be 100 points wide. We will keep paying you 4% from point 8 into infinity, in theory. We don't limit you on how big your channel can get. We don't limit you on how much money you can earn here at DewPoint, right? The accountability lies with you. So this is the mechanics of the returns, how we pay out in the returns program. The next question you get is, well, how much money can I earn after a certain amount of time? Give me an idea of what people earn here at DewPoint. So we built this thing called the Path to Success. It is a projection over 60 months or 5 years that gives you an idea of how much money you could earn. It is based on a growth formula. The growth formula we call 3 + 2, because it assumes that a brand new wealth engineer can come into DewPoint and bring 3 people in his first month, and every consecutive month thereafter, just another 2 people. So in August, you will introduce 3 people to the business. In September, another 2. In October, another 2. November, another 2. Into perpetuity. You'll keep doing that. If you can do that, these are the numbers you can expect. After 6 months, you could be earning 2,500 Rand a month. I love this example. I love it. Because as consumers, as salary earners and consumers, we look at 2,500 Rand and we go, what can I buy with 2,500 Rand? Petrol, exactly, right? Nikes, handbag, a nice lunch with your whole family. And that's the way we think. We think always in terms of what can we spend it on? What can we buy with 2,500 Rand? Is 2,500 Rand too little for 6 months worth of work? It would be nice to have the 2,500 rand in your pocket right now. But let me give you some context, because remember, our first aspiration for our wealth engineers is to get rid of your debt as quickly as possible. This is what is causing the problems that we face today. So you join DewPoint, and with some success, 6 months later, you're earning 2,500 rand. Here we have an example of someone with a 1 million rand bond. They found a nice townhouse here in Bryanston. They went to the bank because they didn't have 1 million rand cash to buy it with. And they got a bond over a period of 20 years. So I'm 40. So if I engaged in this bond, I would only become a homeowner when I retire. At the age of 60, hopefully just the month before I retire, I finish paying off that bond, right? And for the first time, I become a homeowner. But if I get to this point with DewPoint, I could take the 2,500 rand that I earn and not buy petrol with it, or handbags, or shoes, or lunch, but I decide to put it into the debt that I have. Because I know everyone in the room has got debt, right? What is the net effect of that? The 2,500 rand as an additional payment into my bond will drop my bond term. It'll reduce my bond term from 20 years down to 11 and a half years. I'll become a homeowner when I'm 51 years of age. That means I'll have an extra 14,000 rand now for about 9 years that I can start putting into my retirement plan, which I wouldn't have had before. The 2,500 rand will save me in payments 1 million rand in payments. Doesn't that blow your mind? The house that you wanted to buy cost 1 million rand, and you're telling me that 2,500 rand is going to save me the total asset value of my house over the period. This is why we have to think differently about money. Not what can you spend it on, but what is the future value of money. I always say to my wife, she wants to look at this or that, buy this or buy that. If it's 2,500 rand, I say that's equivalent of 1 million rand when we're retired one day. You want to buy that every month? That's what it's going to cost us in future value, right? This is how we have to think. After 12 months, you could be earning 9,000 rand a month. That's in excess of 100,000 rand in recurring income that you're making annually. Anyone expecting 100,000 rand bonus from their employers this year? No one, not even a hand, right? We're all poor in the room. Okay. After 24 months, we're on 30,000 rand a month. 30,000 rand a month gives you many, many options. I'd love to tell my wife she can stay at home and doesn't have to work. Stay at home with the kids. Don't have to work. Wouldn't that be great? How many cost of living items does 30,000 rand tick off for you every month? All of them. There you go. Exactly. After 36 months, 50,000 rand a month. Here's an example of someone with a 5 million rand bond. You put your 36,000 rand in as an additional payment on a 5 million rand bond, you become a homeowner in less than 7 years. Right? At the age of 47, I own a 5 million rand house. I go buy a second house, start renting that out for 25, 30,000 rand a month. At 54, I've paid the second house off. I buy a third house. At the age of 61, I've paid off the third house. I'm staying in my 5 million rand house. I'm renting out the other two for 60, 70,000 rand a month. That's the retirement we need to start planning for. It requires a decision 20 years in advance before you can make that realization. After 48 months, close to 70,000 rand a month. And after 60 short months, 5 years away, about 1 million rand in annual recurring income that you created for yourself. But this is just an example based on 3 plus 2. You can do less than that, or you can be like Umlu and do way more than that. The accountability lies with you. You make the decision as to how much time you want to spend in this business. No one will make that decision for you. Okay. And with that, we've got Zongi. She's from KZN. Let's look at her numbers. She joined yesterday, 26th of April. 26th of April, May, June, in 2 months, nearly 4,000 rand a month. Increased it by another 2,000 rand in a single month. You need to decide what you want out of this business. It will be different for every single person in the room. You might be happy with 1,000 rand a month. You might only be happy when you get to 160,000 rand a month. You decide what your goal is and you adjust the amount of time that you're spending in this business so that you can reach your goal. So let's listen to Zongi's story. She's not with us this evening, but she's been kind enough to send us a voice
Hello,
note.
everyone. My name is Zongi, Zongeziwe Zibobo. Kanyezi introduced this opportunity to me when I was very bankrupt from zero. I told her that, you know, Kanyezi, this is my time to rise up again. As I lost my job in 2013, I grabbed the opportunity. By that time, my bank balance was 0. I do remember when I asked my husband, can we please cut off our DSTV premium for this month only? Next month, I'll pay it with my DuPont salary. I was so excited knowing that I'll start earning like everyone. The first day I joined DuPont, I started working, inviting many people to come join such an amazing opportunity. But they were not a quality. Up until Kanyezi told me that I must invite people who are a quality so that I can see what I'm doing in my business. I do remember that Sis Pumi gave me a call asking Zongi, do you understand the businesses? I said, Sis Pumi, I'm willing to learn along the way. She said, if you are not working, Sisi, this is not for you. This is for people who are employed or self-employed. I said to her, I'll pay my premium once off. The rest of it, I'll get it from the DuPont company and pay my premium. What I've noticed and works for me is power of duplication. Work with your team, help them earn so that you'll get more money on other levels. All I can say, I want to thank Kanyezi for introducing such an amazing opportunity. Now I've got an income, not just an income, but a recurring income. Sis Pumi, but Patrick, thank you so much, guys, for your trainings, your motivations, your calls. I am here today. Where I am, it's because of you guys. Thank you very much. To my team, thank you so much, guys. Bilo, my friend, thank you so much. I'm also learning from you. You are a true leader. If I'm not available, you always avail yourself to assist Mafuti, Kumbu, Sane, Kileto, Sarete, Mtinile. I'm so proud of you guys. And everyone on my team, thank you so much, guys. Nonku, thank you, guys. Let's keep on duplicating and make more money. Pumzile Escort team, please, guys, keep on duplicating and make more money. Thank you so much.
So Zongi was one of those 9.3 million unemployed. Such a determined lady that had no opportunity. Unfortunately, Kanyezi introduced her to DuPont. And again, with that same determination, right, and the sacrifice, no DSTV, I will pay next month's DSTV because I'm going to make this business work. And she took it and ran with it. If we show determination like that, you can be successful in anything. And what awesome success. I mean, do you think she could have imagined that in the day before she joined, if someone said to her, you'll be earning 12,000 Rand a month in recurring income in 4 months' time, would she have believed that? No. Opportunity. What an awesome story. Okay, so that was the returns. The returns is what we pay our wealth engineers at the end of every month based on the product they have. The second way to benefit out of DuPont is through our rewards program. So if you become a wealth engineer, you will start engaging in normal wealth engineer behavior, like coming to presentations, bringing guests with you, signing into the dashboard, watching the training. And when you do all these things, we give you something called XP. It stands for experience points. It's got no monetary value. It's just an indicator of how active you are as a wealth engineer. And when you start collecting more and more of this XP and your channel starts to grow, we reward you along the way, right? So if our guests this evening, if you join and become a wealth engineer, you will start out as a rank 0 wealth engineer. You see, it's not even on the table because you're not getting anything. Rank 0 wealth engineers get nothing, right? You're part of the 0+0 club. So you're going to get out of that club as quickly as possible. You're going to get to rank 1. To get to rank 1, you need 1,000 XP, 4 products in your qualified channel, and that can be done very quickly. You can probably get it done in a day if you are as determined as Zongi. And if you get to rank 1, we'll be paying you an extra 55 Rand through the rewards program over and above the returns that we're paying you at the end of the month. And then as you start to rank up, you start to collect more XP, your channel starts to grow, you rank up, the rewards start getting bigger and better. So you can see 400 Rand, 1,500 Rand, 20,000 Rand, 50,000 Rand by rank 10. We give our wealth engineers products, or tools, should I say, that help them build these channels of distribution faster. So here we have Patrick and Pumi at rank 5. They got a Lightning USB stick, a special little USB stick because it plugs into any device. This little stick can plug into cell phones, tablets, laptops, computers, anything, right? Doesn't matter what the operating system is. It can be Android, Apple, Banana. It plugs into anything. The beauty of this is that we've got all our video collateral on that USB stick. So it doesn't matter where Patrick and Pumi are and what device they have around them. They can show people the DuPont opportunity at any stage. At rank 7, here's Donnie with his rank 7 business cards. These are 12,500 Rand business cards that we get manufactured. They are gilded and foiled in gold. The business cards are 4 times thicker than your normal business card. They're printed on a recycled black paper that feels like suede. Why would we go to such an extent for business cards? Because this is very much a first impressions based business. When you go speak to somebody about DuPont, they've probably never heard of us before. But when you pull out a business card that's 20 to 30 times more expensive than the one they've got in their wallet, your credibility suddenly goes up a couple of levels. Suddenly they're willing to give you a couple of more minutes to discuss what DuPont's all about. At rank 9, this is one everyone gets excited about. This is where DuPont takes the wealth engineer and their family on an international conference, business class flights to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, all expenses paid. Not once. This is a recurring reward. Once you get to rank 9 or above, you enjoy this international conference with DuPont every single year until you go off onto the green pastures. Right? Then we'll save some money out of you. So let's take a look. We've got some footage of the actual resort we've booked out. So enjoy.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the path you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand
So rank 9 is available for every single person in this room. We've all got exactly the same opportunity to get to rank 9. If you can get to rank 1, you can get to rank 9. The behavior is no different. The activity is no different. If you can get to rank 1, there should be no reason why you can't get to rank 9. We had one gentleman get to rank 9 in 5 months. From zero, from nothing, to rank 9 in 5 months. The accountability always lies with you. And this evening is particularly momentous because we've got another wealth engineer and their family that are going to be joining us in Mauritius. Donnie, come up, sir. There you go. You can smile at Stacy. Well done, sir. I'll let you express your experience of getting to rank 9. Let the audience know what it's been like. Oh, I need to give you a microphone. You can't talk into this.
I wanted to. Guys, this is a very, very humbling experience for those of you that know me for a while. You know, I've been listening to all the testimonials tonight and everyone's story, and it actually reminded me about just like a decade ago in a desert, I was receiving a reward at another company, and my life was typically falling apart, I mean, at that time. And I was listening to the stories tonight where people express poverty, you know, losing a lot in life. You can lose a lot. I think I've lost a lot. But sometimes the only thing you have left is your dignity. And that's something worth fighting for. You see, it doesn't matter what people has done to you or taken from you or what has happened to you. It's whether you're prepared to accept promises that is made by somebody higher than you, and you just pursue those. And tonight, I give all glory to my Creator and Savior for keeping me just. Now, I saw the Dew Point opportunity the first time, and you know, the first time I really looked at opportunity, that's except for the launch, I actually came here by motorbike because I thought if they wanted to sell me something, I've got nowhere to put it. So, and the reality of the Dew Point opportunity, if you prepared just to up your income just a few $100 every single month, it's almost like weight loss. If you're prepared just to lose a little bit over a long period of time, you'll get there. And this is the thing, is don't worry what people say, just do your part. Just keep on doing it. To make it succeed in this business, I've got the deepest respect for any other Dew Point member out there that doesn't render his belief out to somebody else what they're telling you. What other people think about Dew Point, it's insignificant. It's what we think and what we're going to make of it. Yes. And I just stuck in there, and when I couldn't walk, I crawled. You know, and if I didn't have transport, I borrowed. You know, and I did stuff. There's quite a journey in it itself, but you don't sell your dreams. Huh? You just, if you tonight and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you take your dignity back and you fight for it, because it's possible.
Okay, so let's take a look at your earnings. Rank 9, that's a good one to have at the end of August. February, 13,000, an extra 6,000 from February to April, and then a business worth 24,000. Donnie has built one of the most sustainable businesses at Dew Point. He actually received an award at our annual conference earlier this year because anyone that Donnie puts into this business stays around, right? And we recognize that fact. Donnie, what has it been like? I mean, you said Donnie's been up here twice already, so we know his story, but for the rest of the audience, you joined fairly skeptical, but you've been on this amazing journey, and it has been with its ups and downs.
Yes.
And I think determination is shown with all the wealth engineers that come speak up here. But tell us a little bit about your journey and what keeps you so committed to this business. Where do you want to get to?
I think the thing is that keep one's committed is the faith in other people's eyes. There must be something better than we've got currently in South Africa. Don't you agree? Yes. I mean, you must at some time get sick and tired of bad news. And I think that's the thing that keeps us together and keeps us focused. And this is why some of us drove tonight, to this place, because we need to be reinformed and believe there's just got to be something better than we have. And this is the thing that kept me together. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for the love and support of my family and friends and a terrific team, I love my team. They like relatives to me. We pray for them every single day. Because if you look at this D that stands there, that's for the Dream Warrior team, Because I'm only the first one in my team going, So guys, it's possible. So I'm just going to be first, and I'm going to tell you if this Mauritius thing is okay. And if I'm happy with the standard, I'm not going to take my team to a place which I'm not happy with. But this is for every dream warrior out there. This is for every person that hasn't signed away his dignity yet. Do you know how this is achieved? This is through literally hundreds of people that said, I'm not going to quit this time. Even if it's only possible to keep your product active, and this is the only thing you could have done for a year, you're part of this. Because you haven't quit it yet, and you don't know when you... And this is how I stay in the business, is because of guys like you. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be standing here. So this is in fact yours.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Rob.
It's only the beginning.
Thank you.
There's a lot more waiting for you, Donnie. Gotta love that determination, right? It's inspiring. It is inspiring. Okay, so this is the rewards program. At rank 11, this is what's awaiting Donnie next. He's got to get through rank 10, rank 11. We spend R250,000 on a brand new car and give it to the wealth engineer. And we've already had a wealth engineer. This happened in our parking lot about 2 months ago. No debit order at the end of the month for that car. Right? We want to get you to this status of being debt-free as quickly as possible. When you don't have to worry about your December vacation, when you don't have to worry about the car you drive, we are getting you a little bit closer to becoming debt-free. And this is where we want everyone to get to. So this is a rewards program. You might have noticed on the table that it gets down to rank 20. So this is only rank 11. We've already designed up to rank 28. So you can let your imaginations run wild and try and decipher what possibly happens at rank 28 in this business. We get a couple of guesses, jets, houses, right? We'll have to find out. We'll see who the first wealth engineer is that gets to rank 28. But again, it speaks to the longevity that we expect in this business. We're not here to design a business that's going to last for 1 or 3 years. We are looking 20, 30 years out in this business. That's what we strategize when we have meetings here at DewPoint. We want you to have that same belief and the determination for yourselves. Okay, so that's a rewards program. I mentioned that there were 2 ways to benefit. There's actually a 3rd way to benefit as a wealth engineer. We call it a wealth quest. This is a challenge or an incentive that we issue the wealth engineers every month. It's different every month. The reward is different every month. August's wealth quest is called Build the Right Team for the Dream. You would have heard the wealth engineers already describe how their success has really been a collaboration with their teams. And so we incentivize you to go find quality individuals when you approach people about DewPoint. It's not about just going into the street and looking for anyone that's looking for an income opportunity. You're really going out and building a board of executives, right? And you don't put anyone in your board of executives. You want quality people you can relate to, that are resourceful, that are going to go out and be very effective. You want those determined people. And if you do that, if you're able to bring in 2 new qualified wealth engineers in the month of August without having any cancellations on your first 3 points, you will have a brand new iPad in your hands before the end of next month. Everything that you earn here at DewPoint is to help you build your channel of distribution faster. The iPad is not for your kid to watch cartoons on at home. It is a business tool, as everything else is, that we reward wealth engineers with. So this is the 3rd way to benefit as a wealth engineer. We often, I was about to get onto that, but we have a special man, Sia, from KZN, joined at middle of, well actually this was the end, right? Middle of February. By April, 2.2, June, nearly 5,000 Rand a month, 12,000 in the middle of August. This number will also go up. So Sia's not with us. He's got a voice note that he sent us, so enjoy his story.
Good evening, guys. My name is Siabonga Simelane, all the way in Newcastle in KZN. I'm very grateful to be part of this wonderful business called Dew Point. I was firstly introduced by my mom, Sibongile Msimango. It was just a telephonical conversation with my mom. She was invited by Norma Shabangu there in the head office. My mom went to the toilet there and gave me a call, and she told me something that rings to my ears even now. She said, "My son, give me your particulars. I'm giving you the business that will change your life completely." But when I heard about Dew Point at first, I had to go and research about it because I never heard about Dew Point before. I thought it was one of those things. Then I was very comfortable with the business. Since I have become a wealth engineer, my life has changed because my family now realize and recognize my dream. Not only my family, even my colleagues, community look up to me as someone who's adding value in people's life. Reason I enjoy my space and freedom of becoming my own boss and also gaining financial freedom. My main focus right now is to build my business first and a sustainable one. My dream moving forward, I need to have my own property, such as a home. Thereafter, I will start plowing back to my team, especially those who are struggling with the business. The good thing about Dew Point is that when you start working, you feel like you own a certain portion in your town. People will always remember you as someone who is changing their lives. My take is to start walking tall and focus each and every day when building my empire. Because now I feel like one of those people who own big companies in South Africa. I never thought that one day I will build my own legacy. But with Dew Point, I'm shining. For your information, ladies and gentlemen, where I'm working, I'm just a general worker. I never thought that I can manage to buy a new car. Right now, I'm driving a Polo TSI 2016 model.
That's the car. That's the car. I love Siabonga's story because it reflects what Donnie also brought up, and that's not only an income earning opportunity, but the dignification, the dignity that you restore in the process. This business, it might pay you an income at the end of the month. You might get to a point where you get to enjoy rank 9 with Dew Point every year, but beyond that, it will change your life in ways that I don't think a lot of people expect. And this is what, again, we hope for all our wealth engineers. And he's going to look good doing his business too, right? Brand new car. I'm sure he's going to have all the people that he works with going, how can you afford a car like that? And soon he'll have a rank 7 business card and he'll say, with this company. There we go, guys. All right, so we get asked the question, how do we afford to pay our wealth engineers returns, rewards, these XP wealth quests? This slide basically illustrates our business model. Traditional insurance companies spend a lot of money on marketing and advertising. At Dew Point, you'll see that we don't have a logo outside of this building. We don't spend a cent on marketing or advertising. We rely on our wealth engineers, our partners, to go out and tell people about the Dew Point opportunity. And so that portion of the premium that insurance companies spend billions on in terms of marketing and advertising, we take that portion of the premium and we give it to our wealth engineers in the form of these returns and rewards. And that's how our business model works in a nutshell. Let's get on to the products. So we have 3 products. You're free to look at 1, 2, or 3 of them. They've got very different financial benefit. They speak into our lives from a financial point of view where we feel a lot of the pain anyway. The first product is called Access Wealth. It is an investment product. It's 299 Rand a month, of which 100 Rand will get invested on your behalf in your name into a tax-free investment fund. It's not a notice or a fixed deposit. You can draw that investment out at any stage. It sits with Sanlam. We give you a little bit of insurance with this product, 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. So if you have this product, this investment, you get killed in a car accident, for example, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 110,000 Rand plus whatever's in the investment. Okay, so this is product number one, the investment product. Product number two is called Wealth Guard. This is purely an insurance product. But this time, for 274 Rand a month, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. This is not life insurance. The beauty of this product is that we don't look at your health status or your risk profile, right? So it doesn't matter what age you are, as long as you're over the age of 18, you can be 70 years age, you can have diabetes, you can have cancer. The premium remains the same and the cover remains the same on this product. Okay, so this is product number two, the insurance product. Product number three is called the Wealth Points Buyers Club program. This product aims to save you money on the money that we spend every month anyway. So for 274 Rand a month, you get to enjoy the discounts that we've negotiated with the list of suppliers that you see over there. So we've got a lot of retailers there. Shoprite Checkers is very popular. Most of the retailers offer 2.5% off your entire spend with them. We spend a fortune on groceries, right? And that's why Shoprite Checkers is so popular. We've signed on Always On Data as a brand new partner. We've negotiated 1 gig of data down to less than 37 Rand a gig. Right? 2,500 hotspots around the country. Some of them are fiber Wi-Fi hotspots, extremely fast. We've got Eagle Ford, the entertainer, is 1.3 million Rands worth of buy one, get one free vouchers to restaurants, hotels around the world. There's awesome immediate benefit in this product. If you have any questions around the product, come speak to me afterwards. I'll gladly answer those questions for you. I remind you of the support that you get here as a wealth engineer. Everything that we do in this business is to support our partners in this business. So lean into that support, engage in it, find out what all these aspects of support are. The live stream goes out to the entire country every single day nearly, except Sundays. Use that, right? You've seen, we've got thriving businesses all over the country, channels in every town in the country. Go start your channel outside of Joburg. Don't think you're tied in just because head office is in Johannesburg. We've got these offices for our wealth engineers. Make yourself at home here. This is your business center. Do your own intro presentations here. You can use the meeting rooms for your own board meetings. We've got free Wi-Fi, tea and coffee, breakout rooms. They're all for you. Get plugged into the support that's on offer. The decision slide. What is the decision? We're near the end of the presentation. Do you want to get to rank 9? Can you get excited about 55 Rand at rank 1? Because that's where you have to start. The decision is moving from this box we call employment into a box where you're able to create an asset for yourself. One that you own, one that you have accountability for, one that you can grow every month. For the first time, you need to make a decision to take control over your income. Don't be that person hoping that you're going to get the 7-8% increase once a year, just so that your salary can stay in line with what the cost of living is sitting at the moment. You need to move away from thinking about the value of money in terms of consumer thinking, what money is going to buy us. Instead, what the future value of recurring income can give you. And that's the decision we're making. I want to remove all the hype from this presentation. When we give presentations, I'll give my best presentation, the best presentation I can give. I'll show you all the good things about this business. I'll bring you back to reality a little bit on that disclaimer slide and say that starting your own business is not easy. But it's easy to get excited about things, right? Excitement does not lead to happiness. So remove the excitement. Forget about rank 9. Forget about the iPad that's on offer. The benefit that we are speaking about in this business is the ability to create recurring income. That is where your focus should always lie. If you can start creating recurring income for yourself, you've proven to yourself that the system works and that you can do it. And like I said, if you can get to rank 1, you can get to rank 9. And if you can get to rank 9, you can get to rank 20. If you can get to rank 20, you can get to rank 28. And who's knows? Maybe there's a private jet waiting for you at rank 28. Don't know what's waiting for our wealth engineers there. If you have any questions around what this business opportunity is all about, come speak to me. We've got a lot of support staff here this evening. We're happy to help you and answer any questions. Joining is very easy. If you've got your own smartphone or tablet on you, jump onto our homepage, www.dewpoint.net, click on the big blue apply button, go through the application form. It takes about 7 minutes. You'll get an SMS stating that you're a wealth engineer with your unique wealth engineer number. You can start building your business tonight. Tonight still. That's that quick. That quick, your ability to start growing an asset that you have ownership over. We've got merchandise. This is not a profit center for us. Please consider getting these business cards. right? You're not at rank 7 yet. You're not getting the fancy black ones. Don't discriminate. Get the white ones first. It'll tide you over until you get the pretty black ones, right? This is very much a first impressions based business. I always say to the wealth engineers, present yourself professionally, and business cards form part of that. We've got a USB stick that's very convenient because all our videos are on that. Nowadays you can plug them into TVs, use that if you don't want to use the data. All our videos are on there. We've got a host of other merchandise. It's on display in the merchandise cabinet. The pricing is on the counter. So take a look at that. Join our YouTube channel, subscribe to it. It'll tell you every time we load up a new video, every time there's a live stream about to go out, and all our videos we've ever produced sit on the YouTube channel. You can go spend hours there looking at testimonies, the interviews that we've done, all the different business presentations that we do. It's all there. Once you become a wealth engineer, download our mobile app, because this mobile app reflects what's happening in real time in your channel. You will see while you're sleeping. You'll wake up the next morning and your recurring income will have gone up without your efforts. That's what my dad calls making money while you're sleeping. That's why we're here, right? You don't want to have to make money only when you go to work. You want to move beyond that. So we're done. Thank you for your time, guys. I hope you had a wonderful Tuesday evening. Good luck for the rest of the week. I'll give you till Friday to get to rank 1. Okay, lots of time. Thanks again.